paying in me whenever I discovered that information, because it also just illustrates how short life is, and you think people, that you've known are going to be around forever, and then they just die. Another issue was I interviewed him just a few months before he died, and he didn't tell anybody that he was so ill. That's another issue. So kind of the old-fashioned type guy that doesn't let anybody know what's going on with his health. So he's gone, but will not be forgotten. A month or so ago, I sent the crew up to Maine to interview Charlotte Iserby about the government's deliberate, premeditated destruction of free speech. And, of course, once they were up there, after the interview ended, she got into Skull and Bones. She got into a whole bunch of issues that her father and grandfather had been involved in, and also her father's visit with Bohemian Grove. And I dispatched the guys back there, and they interviewed her again yesterday to get that data so we can put it on prisonplanet.tv for the members, and also condense it down into an upcoming film. And she gave us a gift. Charlotte Iserby gave us a gift. We're really interviewing her a lot because she's 80 years old now and is pretty much going to ride off into the sunset, at least for the foreseeable future. And so we're ensuring that information is archived and prominently forwarded to the current generation and to future generations, because she was the head of policy, #2 overall at the Department of Education under Reagan, and it was just openly discussed in the bureaucracy that they are training people to not be able to think and dumbing people down. And, of course, when she talked about it 20 years ago, she got laughed at, even though she had the documents. Now it's such mainstream news and information. But she gave us a little gift here. And I guess if I can decorate my office with this, we'll scan this in and write a little blurb about it in the next few days and put it up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. But if you are a PrisonPlanet.tv viewer, you can see it right now. It's a Maine license plate. And it's a white license plate with a evergreen pine tree and a forest in the background. And it's a Maine license plate she had a few years ago. It says Ron Paul Vacation Land. But she was able to get the license plate Ron Paul. And she made the joke that once the MIAC report came out saying that if you have a Ron Paul bumper sticker, go ahead and pull you over because you're probably a terrorist, or if you also have an American flag, or you're a returning veteran or gun owner. And so she made the joke that she went ahead and got rid of her Ron Paul personalized license plate and gave it to us as a little memento. So we appreciate Charlotte Iserby giving us that. By the way, she is going to be joining us Friday, correct, Jaron? She's on the show Friday? Oh, okay. Oh, well, no, I think he told me that she's on Friday. I mean, I think that's in the schedule, so I was just asking. Yeah, no, I understand. Anyway, she's going to be on the show Friday, I believe. Also, we've got some other special guests coming up next week, but we're going to get her to pop back on the broadcast tomorrow. Dovetailing in with Paul Joseph Watson's article, Eco-Fascists Call for Prison Cities. Watson wrote a great informative article that's more detailed, Planned-Opolis, Elitist Agenda for Eco-Enslavement. I'm going to cover that in deep detail coming up in about 15 minutes when we start the bottom of the hour segment. But I called Watson this morning and I said, look, I want to integrate this in with the fact that this is literally the facelift, the 2.0 version of the scientific eugenics dictatorship, and that in their own UN admissions and the State Department Memorandum 200 and others, they admit they are building a prison planet. That's why we have prisonplanet.com. That's why I call it a prison planet in Road to Tyranny that I released in 2002. That's why the 2007 film In-Game Blueprint for Global Enslavement, released almost 4 years ago, begins with the prison planet. You will be locked down. You will be allowed to have one child if you can pay all the taxes. You will be completely enslaved. You will not be able to travel outside your neighborhood. There will be no travel allowed but essential travel. And this is the stated plan. Rationing for everything, total control. So I suggest that everyone tune in coming up in about 15 minutes and call everybody you know and tell them to tune in, because this is the big enchilada. This is where we're going. And this is not my opinion. I want to make that clear. Just like it's not my opinion they've had massive secret weather modification going on for more than 50 years. Now it's all being declassified in your face. Most of it weather weapons. It's not a secret that they're doing secret chemical, biological, radiological testing on the population. All of that is coming out in the open. And what they're doing is flaunting all of this until we just get acclimated. See, the general public, if they don't see people go to prison for spying on them without warrants, and they don't see people go into prison for shooting up foster kids with pesticides and unapproved drugs and biologicals and chemicals and radiologicals, if they don't see people going to jail for stealing trillions of dollars, the private Federal Reserve, and not telling Congress where the money went, if they can put TV ads on showing children being murdered if they don't accept carbon taxes, and that's seen as moral now, and Jack Bauer tortures kids in front of their parents to get answers, and that's seen as moral, then it becomes immoral to be against all that. And they know exactly what they are doing. Okay? They are warping us right now. They are warping us. And, you know, I say this is 21st century Nazism. That's not really right. But I use that as a term so the general public gets where I'm coming from. It's not fair to the Nazis. The Nazis were horrible. Eugenicists, globalists that wanted one world government. But it's not based in full reality. The Nazis were only an extension of the scientific dictatorship movement that was funded out of the U.S. and England into Germany on record by the Rockefeller Foundation, by the Saxe-Coburg-Goethas, by the Huxleys, by the Wedgwoods, by the Darwins. They were the rock stars. You read any New York Times, Washington Post, Times of London, Financial Times, 1900, 1910, 1920s, 30s, up into 1940, Time Magazine, Life Magazine. It's all rock star eugenics, okay? They built our world. They made our world. The science of biometrics, the science of genetics, the science of computers, all of it was founded for eugenics. Everything is eugenics. Everything. Our entire civilization is built towards what they're now bringing us into the final phase of. Okay? Now that's the big, giant enchilada right there. Okay? You're in a kill grid. I'm in a kill grid. It's a scientific takeover program. They study us. We'll be right back. Knowing is half the battle.
Not all protein supplements are created equal. One World Whey is the first cold temperature processed 100% all-natural, unrefined, bioactive, grass pasture-raised milk whey protein. Far from being another ordinary protein supplement, One World Whey is a full-spectrum nutrition power food in and of itself, providing overall life-building benefits that touch virtually every human's life that other protein supplements don't deliver on. What are the benefits? Boosts the immune system, anti-aging properties, helps detoxification, helps reduce body fat, excellent for building lean muscle, increases energy levels, enhances the feelings of youth, sports performance, exercise recovery. Who's it for? Busy people, hardworking executives, students, teachers, active seniors, people recovering from illness, office workers, construction workers, and high-performance athletes. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
Good day, Jim Newcomer from Midas Resources, January 6, 2011. Gold opened this morning at $1371.80. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $1407.40, $703.70 for a half-ounce, or $351.85 for a quarter-ounce. That's $1407.40, $703.70, and $351.85.
Again, the Congressional Budget Office sounds the alarm, warning of Greek-style U.S. debt crisis. CBO is drawing a parallel between U.S. economy and the Greek economic meltdown. Debt to GDP climbing to unfamiliar territory and deficits rising to unsupportable levels. Hi, Ted Anderson. The Federal Debt and Risk of Financial Crises document the CBO has published is a must-read for every American. Covering the risks of deficit spending, aging population, and rising interest rates spells economic disaster. Call today at 800-686-2237. I'll send it free. Again, call 800-686-2237. Ask for the CBO document. Call 800-686-2237.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
New year, new way to smoke, and it's totally wicked. Introducing Totally Wicked e-liquid electronic cigarettes, the highest quality e-cigarettes in the world. With Totally Wicked e-liquid cigarettes, there's no flame, no secondhand smoke, no carbon monoxide, no tar, no unsightly brown teeth or fingers, and no lingering smell. Totally Wicked e-liquid cigarettes have a battery charge that lasts up to 8 hours. Plus, with a Totally Wicked Tornado model, the average pack-a-day smoker is likely to save over $1,000 a year. The Totally Wicked Tornado provides a storm of vapor. See it at totallywicked-eliquid.com. That's totallywicked-eliquid.com. Or call 888-761-9425. Get a 15% discount with promo code GCNLive. Go to totallywicked-eliquid.com or call 888-761-9425. That's 888-761-9425. Or online at totallywicked-eliquid.com.